Hi guys, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This is a prom inspired makeup tutorial with two different lip colours. The first one is a metallic gold which really complemented the eyeshadow, and the second one is a really nice burnt reddy orange which I thought just really stood out and looked amazing. If you guys like what you see, please keep watching. So to start off with, I'm using the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Moisturiser and applying this all over my face, just using my hands so that the product can heat up and soak into my skin really nicely. I'm then going in with the Eyelure Eyebrow Pencil in dark brown, just using the spoolie end to comb through my eyebrows and then using the pencil just to define the shape starting from the bottom. Then taking the Anastasia Dip Brow in dark brown on an angled brush, I'm just using this to fill in my brows, starting from the middle of the brow, going towards the outer edge, then using whatever product is left on the brush just to fill out the front bits so it's not as heavy. I then take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in light with a small rounded brush and using that just to carve out my brows, now mainly on the bottom, but I do it slightly at the top. This is so when I apply my foundation it's a little bit easier to blend. Now that my moisturiser has soaked into the skin, I'm using the LA Girl Pro Prep Primer just to make my skin nice and smooth. Then using the NYX concealer in light all over my eyelids and blending that in with a mini beauty blender just as a base for the eyeshadow. So I've gone ahead and applied some tape and already done one eye just so I knew where I was going with this. Taking a fluffy crease brush and my transition shade, which is Note to Self from Colourpop, I just start working that colour back and forth into the crease area, building up the colour slowly. This time taking Top Notch, which is a slightly darker colour, and again applying that to the crease with the same brush that I used before, just to add some depth. Next, taking Red Ochre from the Modern Renaissance palette and using that on the lower portion of the crease and blending it slightly onto the top of the lid. Taking Red Ochre and Real Gar this time, I'm just blending it again over the lid and making sure I get that inner corner so it's all connected. Just taking a clean blending brush and making sure the top is still nice and blended. With a small shader brush and this cream pigment eyeshadow, which is beautiful, from Mina in the shade 313, I'm going to do a really soft cut crease on the eye, which is why I haven't used a concealer first of all to cut it out. I just want it to be a pop of colour but nothing too bold. Even though the shade goes on really creamy, it actually dries quite solid, which is really good because it keeps the colour and it doesn't smudge against your eyelid on top, which is really bad when you've got hooded eyes, which is like me, so it's just really convenient for that. With this small flat brush and the Revolution Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Rose Gold Lights, I'm just using that to blend any harsh lines between where the pigment finishes and the shadow begins. As it's got a bit of shimmer to it but it's also red based, it kind of blends the two together perfectly well. Then going in with a slightly bigger brush and the Real Gar shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, just blending that in together. taking the Collection felt tip liner in black and creating a wing starting from the inner corner using slow movements towards the tip. Now with hooded eyes this is tricky, as your wing will look completely different once you open your eye, as the liner is going through the crease as opposed to sitting underneath it where the crease would finish and then your eyeliner would begin. With this in mind, just practice as much as you can. I'm still not happy with it to this day. My liner skills need to improve dramatically, but it's better than it was, and that's all I do is I just keep on practicing. Whether I'm wearing makeup or not, I will just keep on practicing that line over and over again. Now that I'm somewhat happy with the liner, the tape can come off and it actually reveals a really nice crisp line, which is just perfect, and the eyes are for now complete. Now I'm using the sleek colour correcting palette and I'm starting off with a yellow shade for my under eye area to help with those bags that constantly remind me I need to sleep more. Once that yellow is blended out, I then use the green colour corrector to target any red spots or red areas just around the face, particularly under the nose where my makeup might show through throughout the day. Once that's all on, I then blend it out using a damp beauty blender. For foundation, I'm using the Tarte Amazonian Clay in the shade Medium Neutral, and I'm mixing it with the Dulune Paris Vitamin Oil, as I find sometimes the foundation tends to highlight some of the drier areas of my skin, but I love this foundation, so I will find a way of making it work. I apply it with a brush to make sure that there's even coverage, and then I go in my beauty blender and push it into the skin and make sure it really does stay there for that all day long wear. For my concealer, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Medium Honey, applying this all over the high points of my face, starting with my under eyes, and then blending that out with a mini damp beauty blender. Taking the same concealer but this time on a brush, I'm just going slightly closer to the line just to make it extra crisp. Time to bake, and for that I'm taking the RCMA No Colour Powder and my damp beauty blender. I'm just going to bake under my eyes, down my T-zone and around my smile lines, on my chin and also below my contour. Taking my NYX contour palette and this precise contour brush, I'm starting off with a medium cool shade. I usually tend to mix all four shades together and just start with my cheekbones first of all and then work up towards the side, finish on my forehead and also on my chins to help with that several chin problem. Then taking this pointed synthetic brush just to clean away any of the baking powder that's left over. This shape's really good for getting into the corners of your eyes and making sure it's all cleaned away. Using a large fan brush and the Topstop bronzer, I'm just going to add some warmth back into the face. This mascara is amazing. I've bought this mascara 3 times now and I just cannot try and buy another one. It's always this one I end up with. This is the Maybelline Push Up Angel mascara and it's just perfect. I'm now going in with my lashes. These are non-branded, I can't remember what they are, but I'll try and find the name. I'm using the Duo Lash Glue just to put my lashes on. Which in my eyes is always one of the best ones to use really. It keeps my lashes on all day. Now all my foundation and powdering is done, I can set my brows using the Maybelline Brow Precise Fibre Filler in Deep Brown. I love this product. Even when I'm not putting a lot of brows on, I can run this product through and my brows will instantly look thicker. Now to finish off my under eye, I'm going back to the Modern Renaissance palette and using the shades Red Ochre and Real Gold, mixing them together and then just applying them to the bottom lash line and then blending them out with a slightly fluffier brush. So these are the Gosh Lumi drops. I actually picked them up on this day, so I didn't know how they were going to work. Honestly, I didn't really see much point in them. I prefer the Topshop Glow Pot as it gives a hell of a lot more colour and a lot better base for your highlight to stick to. For highlight, I use the iHeart Makeup Triple Baked Highlighter in Golden Goddess and the Sleek Highlighter from the Medium Contour Kit. Okay, so I'm applying the drops to my nose and also to my Cupid's bow and then going in with highlight on top. No look would be complete without highlighting the inner corner of your eye. So for the lip colours, I'm using the new Revolution liquid lipstick kits from Superdrug. They're kind of a dupe for Kylie's lip kits. The first one is a golden metallic matte. The lip liner first of all was very, very smooth. Too smooth almost. It was like it just didn't go on very well because it was just melting away. And I don't necessarily live in a hot country, so I'd hate to think what it was like if it was in a hot country. They're very smooth, but it's almost too smooth. And also the colour wasn't really there, it was just more of like a highlight. As for the actual lipstick itself, I really, really liked them. This colour was just perfect, really. The consistency of the lipstick as well is really nice. And it's a good drying time as well. It's not instant to the point where you smudge what you've already put on if you put another layer on. But it does go matte and it's a very nice colour. Okay guys, so this is the final look with the matte gold lipstick. I really liked this. I thought it was a really soft but glam look and it would just look perfect at prom or any sort of do or evening, anything like that. Okay, so this one's in the colour Regal. Again, it comes in a kit. You get the liner, which again was far too smooth if you ask me. Just coming away really. I had to sharpen it quite a few times and it just kept going blunt. And my camera died whilst I was filming it, but this was amazing. It stayed on all day. I even went out for food and it stayed on and it just looked great. I loved this look. Between the two, I preferred this one. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.